I was crouched behind a partially destroyed wall in the city of Mogadishu when the satellite phone vibrated. Once then, a second time. Your daughter is in a coma, the doctor's voice stated. His tone was not formal or professional. It was raw and humanly wounded. Your ex-wife's boyfriend, the things he did are unimaginable. I stared blankly at the dust cloud rising from a nearby blast site. My rifle hung loosely in my hands. The local sheriff is not filing a police report, he added softly. He is the mayor's son. I remained completely silent, only hearing the frantic static. Bleeding through the line, legally, he whispered, there is nothing we can do. The military mission directly in front of me dissolved entirely. The orders, the coordinates, the assigned targets all vanished beneath. A brand new directive that immediately burned into my mind like hot tracer fire. I ended the call. Just like that, I had a new imperative mission. The flight home to the United States was deafeningly silent. Every passing second felt rehearsed. Every face around me blurred into irrelevance. When I finally reached the hospital, she was barely recognizable. Tubes, machines, bruises, where true innocence should have been. My daughter Sophia, 10 years old, the nurse avoided all eye contact. My ex-wife Mary did not. She looked up from her chair, guilt casting a shadow over her features. It was not his fault, she claimed, too quickly. He said she fell. He said I had heard that specific phrase in military interrogation. Rooms, not hospital corridors. I gave a single cold nod. Then we will certainly find out, will not we? Her eyes flickered, once a warning or a desperate plea. I did not care either way. Inside me something completely fractured, but it was not the sound of grief. It was the sound of my military. Control being rebuilt layer by calculated layer. I began quietly, just as all serious missions must. Phone records were the first target. His number was stored under coach calls, text messages, nights when my daughter was supposedly at a sleepover. Then came the observation visits. I walked the precise perimeter of their house at midnight, exactly the way I had once circled. Hostile compounds. Every small detail became a crucial piece of evidence. A specific tire tread, a minor curtain shift, a reflection caught in the window glass. She believed I was consumed by my sorrow. I was not. I was mapping. The sheriff completely dismissed me. No evidence, he stated, just accusations. But I did not need legal evidence. I urgently needed confirmation. At dawn, I visited a private specialized lab. A hair sample, blood from under her fingernails. Run it, I commanded them. Match it to this. I dropped a napkin containing his DNA, taken from a discarded beer glass. The technician hesitated, sensing the gravity of the request. How long? I asked. 48 hours. 48 hours! Enough time to fully reconcile with what I already deeply knew. I spent the next 2 days seated by her bedside. My daughter's breathing was shallow and completely mechanical. The constant hum of the ventilator became the relentless metronome for my growing rage. My ex-wife entered the room once and tried to gently touch my shoulder. I did not move at all. She whispered, "You cannot fix this." She was profoundly mistaken. Fixing things was precisely what I did best. The lab telephoned the very next morning. Match confirmed, the technician stated, his voice tight. It is him. No expressed emotion, no surprise, just the sharp click of a safety coming off inside my mind. That same night, I requested she meet me at the hospital. She arrived dressed as if she were attending a funeral. Perhaps she was. I handed her the sealed envelope. She opened it with visibly trembling fingers. Her eyes went wide. You tested, she stammered. Yes. Silence filled the room, only the sound of machines breathing for my child. She utterly crumpled. I did not know, she sobbed. I offered no response. Words were wasted on people who had already deliberately chosen their own side. I will fix it, she wailed. I looked at her the way I used to observe hostile detainees when they finally broke, pity, completely masked behind cold precision. You already did. The mayor's son was hosting a large charity dinner the following evening, smiling broadly for the cameras, shaking hands. Pretending his perfect world was not seconds from complete implosion. I walked into the event wearing my full uniform. The entire room went completely still. No one dared question the man who moved with the lethal certainty of a trained weapon. He immediately saw me. His confident smile completely faltered. I said nothing. I simply placed a thick folder on the table directly beside his champagne glass. Inside were photographs, lab reports, copies of the damning text logs. His hand severely trembled as he flipped through the pages. You should have absolutely stayed out of it, he whispered threateningly. I leaned in close enough for him to smell. The dust of a foreign war still clinging to my uniform. I do not know how, I replied. Then I turned sharply and walked straight out. By morning, the photographs and reports were everywhere, sent to every news outlet, every police contact, every military forum. I still maintained ties, too. The city did not protect him this time. Justice did not politely knock. It viciously kicked the door in. My daughter woke up 3 days later. The very first word she spoke was my name. I smiled, small and entirely controlled. Her mother was not there. She had either fled the city or gone into hiding. I did not care either way. I sat by the window watching the dawn slowly crawl over the vast city. The light looked fundamentally different now, colder, cleaner. There is a strange, profound peace that arrives when the world finally acknowledges a truth you have already known. People mistakenly believe revenge is loud and explosive, but true. Vengeance is often silence. It is watching someone irrevocably drown in the truth you calmly handed them. I brushed my daughter's hair gently and whispered, "You are safe now." Outside, the sirens screamed for someone else. Inside, I finally stopped hearing the war.